Hello and welcome to this map list special with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB, you're very, very welcome. Now this is a no bells and whistles video, no intro, no outro, no flashy graphics, no background music, just me talking to you, giving you some information that you probably weren't aware about, and it's not what you see on the screen now. So if you're watching this, you play Cities Skylines, you've seen at least one episode of What's Map, trying to find yourself the best map for your next city build. What you probably don't know is for the last 2.5 years, there has been a map list available over on my Patreon page, free to view. Here we go, it's just a simple text file and it is very, very heavy. It has a link to the the map review itself, the video, the name of the map and the creator. Well, it's just became a massive burden. It's way too long for the standard software that Patreon use for a text file, and it just got clogged down. Now, what I didn't know was in the background, one of my BonBon buddies, who goes by the name of Separalis, had gone about setting up a Google Doc with the map list on it. Now, if you don't know what a Google Doc is, cut it very short, it's a little bit like Word or Excel, but it's online. And it's just a browser software. You don't need anything other than whatever browser you use to be able to view it. So they went about setting this one up with every single map review on it, plus a whole bunch of extra information. Since they've set that up and they sent me the link and I just went, oh my God, and this was the autumn, maybe early winter of last year, I wasn't quite ready or in the place to do anything with it at that time, and it went on the back burner, but it was always at the top of the back burner. As I wanted more information on that, I wanted it to be more useful. If we're going to have a spreadsheet, I want it to be more useful. So myself and another one of the BonBon buddies by the name of Random5 have then updated this with a whole bunch of extra information as well. So myself, Separalis and Random5, we all take a bow for what I consider to be an amazing piece of work. Let me show you the page itself. There we go. So this spreadsheet, this contains a lot of information. There's some information that isn't on here that, well, I'm going to tell you about at the end of the show, why it's not included. And if anybody were to ask this in the comments, I encourage you, an intelligent person, to tell them to watch the intro again. Okay, right, so what we've got then is a list of every single map review ever done on What's Map. There's, well, pushing on towards 1,000 now, and that number is just going to keep growing. The first column here is the episode list, and you can sort and search by this, obviously. The link to the episode is obtained just by clicking on the episode number, and you can go and watch that episode straight away. So if you know you want to see... where are we? Lazy Lake by WM. You just click on that and that will take you across to YouTube to watch the video. Lazy Lake, the link to the Steam Workshop page is there, available by clicking on that. So if you just want to go and straight download that, you can. And the creator's name is here, which is really helpful if you're looking for a specific creator, such as, oh look, there's Random5. You can use the search software on here to find Random5's maps, and you can just enjoy them all. Then we have the middle section. Now this has been added since the initial creation of the software. And it's a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very difficult to actually put a map into a specific category because many maps fall into many categories. You can have a hilly map, which is also a river map. You can have a flat map, which is also a desert map. You can have a coastal map, which is also an island map. So this has been very difficult for us. And so don't rely on this. If you're looking for very specifically an island map, well, a lot of the other maps might be, in your opinion, island maps. These are what our first and best impression was. And there is a link to, if we have a check up here, the key information for the sheet is up there. It'll give you an idea as to how we categorized each particular subject. Like a coastal map probably has coast in the start square. If not, definitely focuses on there being a proper coastline as opposed to it being a river. A river map probably has a river going through the start square and probably is a workable river and all those kind of informations. If you've got shipping routes going up and down the river, that's more likely to be a river map and so forth. But once again, it's completely down to who actually named the build style. The build style, it's one of 6 categories for hill. We have hills, which is obviously a hilly map, coastal map clearly, alpine. Alpine's a tricky one. Alpine is any mountainous style map, but it doesn't necessarily have to be mountainous in the middle of the map. It could be mountains around the edge of the map giving you like that backdrop, that really beautiful snowy backdrop, and then tapering down into the actual map itself. Or it could just be completely mountains. Then we also have river, which I've already discussed as being a map which focuses on river play. Flat is pretty much what you'd expect. It can be that there are undulations around, but we're looking at a map that is not really too much of a difficulty to play on normally, I would suggest. And then island maps, clearly, it doesn't actually have to be an island to be an island map as well. It could be a map that is to all appearance, it looks like an island map, but maybe it's a peninsula with just a connection on one end. But when you look at it, you go, well, actually, this is an island map, but it just has a connection. So island maps, or an island map could be a whole bunch of little islands, or it could actually be like a mainland with islands spattered around it that you look and you go, actually, no, when I play this, I would be using those islands more than the mainland. So island maps. So those are your 6 build styles. Then you have your map styles. Now your map styles are either realistic, recreation, or fantastical. Now we'll start off with the recreation. Recreation is a taking of a real life location, for example, Manhattan Island or Paris or Berlin or Hong Kong, Tokyo. A real life location, probably from a terrain party. Quite often they'll have some sort of infrastructure already put into place, but not always. And those ones are specific locations that could be a one-to-one, it could be not quite to scale, but you look at it and say, actually, no, this is supposed to be a take of that location. The realistic maps are the ones that are either photo, obviously not a real life location, but photorealistic at the very top creators, or it's got realistic mechanics, but it's from maybe say somebody's My First map, and you look and you go, well, it doesn't look realistic, but it doesn't actually fall into the recreation or fantastical categories. The fantastical maps are the ones which are beyond belief, or something like taken from a book like Lord of the Rings. It could be lots of waterfalls, or you can have water coming out the top of volcanoes. Those kind of maps. Those kind of maps are the ones where you look and you say, well, they may have evolved naturally, but it's one of those things that you say, actually, I don't believe that this is a realistic map. It falls into the fantastical category. Then the asset load. Now, this is the one which is going to be most controversial, I imagine, because asset load should be, or the most important thing of asset load is obviously how much RAM it's going to take up on your system. The problem is, to find out how much RAM a map is going to take up on your system, you have to load it up and check your loading screen report. And I've done, well, hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds, and this project didn't start until way after episode 800, and so it's just too late now. It's too late. I'm not going through all 900 maps, 1,000 maps. No, just no. So I needed to find a way that was helpful without being 100% accurate. So we have 4 categories for asset load. First of all, vanilla. Now, these are assets. This is not mods. This is not themes and LUTs. So we have vanilla. We may have a custom theme and may have a custom LUT, but you have no assets to subscribe to at all. That's your vanilla map. Light. Light is 1 to 5 assets. Now, those assets could be massively complex assets. It'll also include mods that are basically asset based, such as network extensions too. Now, that is quite a heavy mod, but it is one item. So it's not strictly an accurate guide, but 5 items or fewer, which are assets, will go into the light category. Medium, that is 6 to 11. 6 to 11 is a reasonable guide to, this has been a detailed map, but I've tried to keep it light-ish. Okay. And then heavy is 12 and over. Anything which has got 12 or more subscriptions. It could be 12. I've seen some maps with dozens. And I think there was one that had 36. That was on my map of the year list for last year. And so, yeah, that would fall into the heavy. Clearly 36 is very heavy. 12 isn't necessarily that heavy, but again, I'm looking at it thinking, well, if I had a potato of a system, at what point would I look at the list to go, oh, that's quite a few things to subscribe to? And I figured about 12 was the point that I'd started looking away, going, no, that's too many to subscribe to. So, again, vanilla is nothing apart from theme and LUT, possibly some mods, but you can opt in and opt out of those. That would be your shout. Light is fewer than 6 items, and it's just a vague scattering of neatness going on there. Medium is between the minimal amount of things that you can subscribe to and where it gets heavy. And then 12 and over is what I call a heavy asset load. Although strictly speaking, it might not be very heavy at all. You'll have to judge it. You'll have to have a look at those things yourself. Finally, we have map niche. Now, map niche, there are a few categories, not too many. First of all, desert. A few of you out there that like playing desert maps, and the best desert maps are actually very nice indeed. And that's coming from somebody who likes temperate maps. So yes, we've got things like, if we have a look at the Idemifidi, which is a fantastical map. It was like set on Mars, I do believe. It was pretty flat. There were some large hills on it. Fantastical because it was crazy. Do check it out. Well worth a look. It was a heavy asset load. There were a lot of assets to subscribe to, mushrooms and things. And it pretty much was a desert map as well. If we scroll down, other options include artistic. Artistic maps are quite often maps that are created by design. So you look at it and go, that doesn't look anything. It's not a fantastical map, or it is a fantastical map, but it's not. It's a work of art. It's a creation. We had that one of Donald Trump's face. Okay, you might not find it artistically pleasing, but it was an artistic work, and we had one which was very swirly. So if a map falls into this is art rather than anything else, this is the category that goes under. Challenge maps. Now, challenge maps, they are a mix of things. First of all, a map that has a specific challenge, a scenario map, for want of a better phrase. You have to achieve this to do that. There are one or two, certainly as a creator called Challenge themselves, who've created a few maps where things happen and you have to do something before something else happens. So challenge maps are those, but they're also any map where you look at it and you go, what? How am I supposed to? What? The almost unplayable maps where you know maybe have like 1% build space, or you have a tiny little dot of an island and the rest is ocean. That kind of thing. You look and say, I don't understand where I'm supposed to go with this. Those are your challenge maps. And finally, Snowfall. Now, Snowfall is a map which is designed to be played with Snowfall, with the snow switched on. Yeah, you can actually have a Snowfall. Like under here, we've got one which required Snowfall. We'll get to the DLC in a moment. It required Snowfall, but it wasn't a snowy map. They were using Snowfall for the trams. So if you're looking for a snowy map, then the map niche, look for Snowfall down here, and those will be your snowy maps. Like here, we have a desert one there, a snowy one there, a challenge one there, and there'll be an artistic one a bit further down eventually. So those are your map tags to search for a very specific type of map. If you're looking for a vanilla island map, Well, there's one right there. We've got one right there. It's a challenge map as well. So a fantastical challenge island vanilla map. Wat Kanu Island. Well, one worth checking out, I guess. Now, the next box, we have DLC. Now, these are listed as DLC requirements by the creator. Or they are DLC requirements that the creator hasn't mentioned and we've picked up when we're... If you find any information that's missing, by the way, and you say, well, you found Wat Kanu Island and let's pretend it requires snowfall. It doesn't, but let's pretend it does. Do let me know and I will get the information added to the spreadsheet, because there's a big project and bits of information will be missing. So yeah, especially if DLC is missing, do let me know. We have all of the DLC listed here. So if you're looking at Wat Kanu Island and say, well, I don't have any DLC, well, you're lucky, right? If you're playing with Eureka Bay and you don't have any DLC, well, you need mass transit. It'll help you identify maps that you can't actually play. Some of these DLC requirements may not be absolute requirements. They may just be for an aesthetic change, but some of them will actually break your map if you don't have them. So we have mass transit, we have snowfall, natural disasters, park life, industries, campus, green cities, after dark, Sunset Harbour and Pearls of the East. All of those are in place, and you can scan down, you can see exactly what you need or don't need. But not content with putting all that information in. Separalis also set up a list of the assets as well, which were reviewed in each show. So if there's a specific asset you remember seeing, but you can't remember what show it was in, you want to have another look, then you've got things like the Realistic Highway Ramp project there, and you can have a quick glance at that. King Leno's Crenshaw Boulevard Homes, and so on. And again, these are all linked directly in. You'll find some which aren't linked in, and there is a link to a comment somewhere. I can't find the link at the moment. Maybe that one needs to be added. But there are definitely assets that are linked that or you can just click straight through to the video. Not sure. Oh yeah, the video will be far beside there. So yeah, if you want to see the theatre passage set and you can't find the link there, come across, watch the What Map review, and it'll be linked in the description there. And that's basically about it. Oh, there is a notes column, things like removed from workshop, multiple assets, and so on. Just extra bits that there's not really room to add for you guys there. Right, and that's about it. Again, this list will always be slightly out of date because I'm busy doing 101 jobs, and then I'll come back and catch up with maybe a dozen maps and keep this thing up to date there. But you've got, this at the time of recording, 893 reviews, and not only that, the early maps, early reviews was 3 maps to the review. So there's a lot going on. Again, I'd like to give a big shout out to Separalis and Random5, without whom this list would not have happened, and certainly not has happened as soon as it has done. I figured this was going to take another 2 months, maybe 3 months to get complete, and we are done already. That's it. Again, there is a link to the info and key to the sheet up there. You can click on that and it will, everything I've just told you, it will appear, and especially about the map tags there. Right, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. I hope this helps you to find you. Oh, I nearly forgot to tell you. I'm glad I stopped myself there. Yes, the missing information. You're going to say, where's the ratings? And I'm going to say to you, my ratings are my opinion and my opinion only. This is why I put them at the end of the show. If I think a map is rubbish, you might think a map is great. If I think a map is broken, you might go, yes, but I'm happy to fix that because I love this map. My ratings go at the tail end of a show, and it is just, it's a video mechanic. It gives the show a beginning, a middle, and an end without, thank you very much for buzzing past my window. It gives the show a beginning, a middle, and an end. And so that at the end there is just sort of like, it's my opinion. It's fine. And we add in the poll for you guys to vote and update on the viewers' choice. And we have a viewers' choice top 10, which is you guys, it's your combined opinion, which is probably more important. Now, why haven't I included either of those here? The answer is quite simple. If I do that, it will kill the channel. It will just kill the channel. Because people will just come to this spreadsheet and you'll look at it and you'll go, well, hang on, that's a bad map. Oh, that's a good map. Don't forget, some of these maps are okay, and you might like them, and they might have rated really badly or really highly, and even on the viewer's choice, you might see a map here and go, actually, no, I don't care. I got 50% of the viewer's choice. This is my kind of map. So putting something up here that says, again, I'm making this one up completely, the top listed one here, No More's Land End. I don't remember what this one scored, but let's say it got 5% on the viewer's choice. Now, that would be a pretty good key that it's a bad map, but it might be your kind of map. It might have got 100% on the viewer's choice, and you subscribe to it without even checking it out. You then look at it and go, actually, no, this is not my... So what will happen is people will skip the map review. They'll look at this. I then will have no reason to do the map review. If I have no reason to do the map review, no more maps will be added to this list. And if no more maps get added to this list is just basically dead. So, recommendations here. Find the sort of map that you're looking for. I'm looking for a coastal realistic map with light dependencies. Boom, boom, boom. That's the one. Ingbe's there by Gran Cascadia. Watch the review. Decide if that's the sort of map that you're after. If it's not, come back, find another one. Oh, there's an island. Fantastical. Oh, it's a heavy one. And just find the one that you want. Find the sort of balance that you want. Go and watch the review. Decide if it's your map. Subscribe to it. I think that's a simple system. Anyway, now I'm glad to say thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. Join me Monday, Saturday for these What Map reviews. And don't forget to vote in the viewer's choice, because that is the most fun part of the game, isn't it? Do you think? I think so. Thanks for watching.